So while I was doing my research for this video, I found an interesting study online by some researchers. So what the researchers did was that they took a group of students and divided those students into 4 groups. One group studied using the traditional method where they just reread their notes over and over again. Another group used active recall where they actively tried to remember the information without looking at their notes. The third group used spaced repetition where they reviewed the materials at increasingly longer intervals. And the fourth group used the combination of active recall and spaced repetition. So what were the results? Well, the group that used active recall alone did significantly better than the group that just reread their notes. But the group that used the combination of active recall and spaced repetition did best of all the groups. In fact, the students in this group retained 80% of the information, compared to just 50% for the student who didn't use active recall. That's a huge difference. Hi guys, my name is Hermann Ebbinghaus and I'm a first class graduate from the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. And in this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to take that same method, refine it and make it work for you in every exam. But first, let's start with why our brain forgets information. In 1885, a German psychologist named Hermann Ebbinghaus discovered the forgetting curve, which shows how quickly we lose new information unless we review it. We forget nearly 50% of what we learn in just 24 hours, and by 7 days, that number jumps to nearly 90% if we don't review it. But why does this happen, you may ask? The human brain is a master of efficiency, so information it deems unimportant, it tries to clear it out, right, to create room for information that it thinks are important. And one way by which your brain determines information that is important and information that is not important is the way you relate to that information and how often you relate with that information. You understand? So if you leave an information there in your head for a long while without revisiting it, you find out that you forget. But information that you are conversant with, something you've learned that you recall from your brain over and over and over again, you find out that it sticks to your brain. So this modular operandi, or this mode of operation of the brain, is similar to the realm on your smartphone. That's why cramming does not work in holding information in the long term, because your brain is not convinced that that information is important. Because what happens with cramming most times is that you put the information on your head, use the information, then never see that information again. So the brain does not see that information as important, so it won't hold on to it in the long term. The solution is pretty simple. All you have to do is convince your brain that the information you're trying to learn is important by reviewing it from time to time and engaging with it. That's where active recall and spaced repetition come in. Most students rely on passive study techniques like reading notes, highlighting textbooks, or cramming the night before an exam. These methods make you feel busy, but you're not actually learning. These methods give you a false sense of mastery. You feel like you're learning, but when the time comes for the test, everything falls apart and you can barely remember what you claim to have learned. But there's a better way, one that most top students use without realizing it. If you've ever used an exam before, chances are high that you've also used this technique before. Most top students use active recall even if they don't know the name. When they're getting quizzing themselves, teaching a friend, or trying to explain a concept without their notes. These are all expressions of active recall as they are actively trying to engage their brain and retrieve information from it. And all these expressions of active recall make their study sessions far more effective. When you actively engage with information from your brain begins to see this information as important. So it makes it stick, it makes it easy for you to remember, it increases the connection, it strengthens the neural pathways to those information. So when you need those information in the future, you find out that it's easier for you to recall them. But here's the catch, most students use active recall unintentionally, which means they're not getting the most out of it. What if you could use this study technique intentionally and consistently to make your learning more effective? The key to making active recall work is to be deliberate about it. Don't just randomly try to recall information. Plan for it. Here's a basic guide on how you can do it step by step. After you've studied your materials, turn your notes into questions, quiz yourself regularly without looking at the answers, review what you missed, and try again. And also, you can incorporate past questions, as I strongly believe that it will help you in asking the right questions. This will help you have an idea of what the examiner is trying to assess. A research from the Journal of Science shows that students who practice retrieval retain 50% more information than students who just read their notes. And why? This is because a thoughtful retrieval strengthens the neural pathways in your brain. In short, a thoughtful retrieval of information makes that information stick. While active recall is an OG on its own, mixing it with spaced repetition makes it even better. Your brain tries on information, but only if done strategically. If you review the information too soon, you find out that you have not learned anything because it's still fresh in your mind. And if you review too late, you've already forgotten the information. So it's like you're just relearning it. Remember the forgetting curve we talked about earlier? Spaced repetition helps us counter it by making us review the material just when we're about to forget it. So it flattens the forgetting curve. In short, spacing improves learning by making forgetting harder. And trust me, it works. And this is a simple guide on how you can apply spaced repetition. After you've learned the material today, review it tomorrow, then review it in 3 days, then review it in 7 days. Then based on your confidence in your mastery of that material, you space more or you space less. If you find out that you are knowing the material more, you extend the spacing. When you find out that the material is not sticking as you want it to, or if it's harder for the material to stick, you would reduce the spacing. Again, from 7 days, you review it 1 day again, 3 days again, 7 days again. You can tweak it to make it work for you. Anyhow, just make sure you space it and try and reassess the material just as you're about to forget. Mixing the two techniques is where the magic happens. You start by quizzing yourself, then use spaced repetition to plan how you would review the material over time. And using these techniques, applying these two techniques will make you or make your brain a learning monster. When you apply these techniques intentionally, you're not just learning, but you are building long-term mastery of the material you're trying to learn. So there you have it. Spaced repetition and active recall are not just buzzwords, but they are science-backed techniques. And trust me, they will make your learning more efficient. If you found this video impactful, make sure you share it with your friends, classmates, and anyone you think this video might help. Also, don't forget to comment and subscribe. If you're interested in becoming a top student, in this video I share tips to doing just that. Till next time, peace.